Wacom, but alright. Hello. Let's see. Mic looks on. That's going. Hello. Hi, guys. Let's see. Okay, cool. Alright, how you guys doing? How to start a cookie? Let's see if anyone else slides on in. Give them a bit. Let's make sure everything's looking good. I don't really need this. Cool. Okay. That's looking good. Back in a good spot. Let's get you up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Hello, Unspittable. Let's see. How we doing? Star can't stay for toasted time. Okay, that's gonna be. We'll see how we go. Last time it was a little bit weird. I'll talk about that. Don't you worry. Meantime, hello. Let everything load in here. Hello. I'm a spooky ghost. Ooh, spooky. So I got one of those bed sheets, and I got little holes, so I can see out of it. It's a little bit, can't really get it on a little bit wrong, but I can still sort of see, but there's they're in a wrong spot there. It's a spooky. Hello. I started cooking Unspittable. How you doing? I felt embarrassed from last time that I wanted to like kind of hide away. Best way to do it is like to be in a little tiny ghost sheet, a little stuff like, oh no, can't see me, kind of a thing. Oh boy, hope that looks alright for you. It's not too. It's a little bit contrasty, a little bit too much. Oh well. Yeah. So last time we did a bunch of stuff, as in a lot of flailing around, a lot of trying to get things going. So we didn't really do that much, but we definitely did a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's see there. Hello. Hello, Rhyme. How you doing? It's Halloween month. It's spooky. Listen to all that. I don't even know what that sounds like to you. Hello. Oh jeez. Hello. Hopefully that'll be alright. Everything will turn out right. Let's see. Yeah, so last time we tried to do the wing cycle. I'll show that later what I got, but yeah, I figured out what happened wrong last time as well. Immediately after I shut down the stream, and it's like I started to like debug and figure it out and go, oh, I had the num lock button on, and so that's why I used the little numbers usually on a keyboard is off to the right side, so I go to 1 through 9, 0, enter, all those buttons. For some reason num lock is disables all of that. So I was unable to do my like numbers to those are numbers that I hotkey to be the different expressions for Derpy. So I pressed all those buttons. So if numlock was off, then it disables it. So I was in a spiral of trying to figure things out, and it's just like that was not was gonna happen there. So yeah. So anyway, I got that going, and I got the phone going with a new texture. So that looks more phone-like than last time. I hope so. Got a little camera, and it's got a little texture there, so you can see that. Yeah, it's that little 2D texture. You won't see it as close, so it's okay to be that close up. It'll never be this close up, so it'll be fine. But I kind of looked at how my phone camera looks, so kind of got that going. It's kind of off, but I think it's gonna be screen's off, but I think that'll be okay. Probably won't see that much anyway. Let's get the animation going so you can kind of see. how this is looking. So I figured out how to do the wing cycle and got the wings to kind of close, and I animated the apple. Yeah, it's supposed to be all cartoony, so it's not going to be like hyper realistic with every new bevel is perfect or anything. Let's see. Caps needs revising. Yeah, we'll have to think about that later then. Trying to figure it out. Moderation tools as I go is a little bit tricky. Let's see. This iPhone instead of Android. I have an Android, so maybe I just got the style a little bit wrong or something. I was trying to go for something more generic, but if it looks to be like one of those, then I can try and figure out a way to get that to look a little one way or the other. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, you guys can reel about that. So I think what I want to do is actually change the animation for her here. I don't really like this kind of like scrolling animation, or like her like using her arm to kind of scroll up. I think it just doesn't quite work right. It's either the posing or like the way that I kind of animated it just doesn't quite feel right. So I had an idea to change it. So I went back to my drawing board here in Flash, where she'll fly in and then do one of these selfie kind of poses where she kind of like turns her head and then kind of mixes some sort of a, I don't know, duck face kind of thing, just for right now as a reference. And then this will make her completely not look at the tree as a complete distraction, and then she'll be in that pose and then kind of fall into the tree, and then this will all be the same. So it's kind of like a better metaphor for look at where you're going kind of a thing, and the apple can then fall on her and go whoop. So I think this kind of works maybe more thematically than just as simple like just flipping up her phone to like slide something up. So it'll be more funny anyway. So Ryan's already on board. All right. With more funny. All right. I was thinking that. It's two birds, one stone. That's like I didn't like the animation that I had in 3D, and I think this is funnier. So let's work on that. For all agreement. I think that'll work. Tricky thing now is that I have obviously a lot of keyframes relatively for this kind of set up, so might be a little tricky to kind of set this up a little better to what I want now. This is only the Apple graph editor with all these different, if we go back here, all these different parameters for each color line is like a different X position, Y position, Z location, and all the rotations for all these and scale. So I animated it pretty much pose to pose, and I got it to be kind of squishy, and it kind of bouncy, and then it kind of rolls over a little bit. So that's what all these kind of crazy colors mean, is that they're like different plot points for every single 2D graphs to show like the 3D dimensions, so kind of flattens all out. It makes sense, but yeah. If you don't know what you're looking for, it's like, this doesn't make sense. I know. If I change the Z location on this frame, I can go that this is this keyframe on this pose. So if I want it to go up, I can drag it in the Y position, and then it can go up and then down. So that's sort of what it's being plotted out, is that it's, you see I'm pointing with my hand. See on the left side that the apple is moving up and down. So that's what these little bars mean on that end. And then on the left side is just literally just, there's a keyframe here, and that's what this is saying. So it's just easier for seeing timing of things. You see how this is all connected. But yeah, brief overview of that. So that's what I'm going to probably be working with to make sure that everything's kind of leveled out here. She's off screen. That's okay. Because I think I want to change her pose like between, definitely here to change it. Let's see. You don't need enough of the ring all caps. Okay. This is awesome. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm usually okay with it if it's like, it's more like spamming it, is more what's annoying. Like, if someone says like the same thing like 5 times in a row, then it's like that's more annoying than having one post that's all in caps. I think that's to me like what would get me more upset is if someone just continuously did something that would be annoying rather than one post that's like, oh, that's mildly annoying, and go, okay, you know what I mean? So, let's see here. I think these are wings. Or maybe, no, it's the roots. It's actually this bit here. Then here's some leg pieces. The front hoof, that's this bit. See, it's already all the way keyframed for all these. Don't need the root to be seen. The knees, that's this one actually on the left. Again, I'm less left-right dyslexic. I usually just get west and east wrong a lot of time, and especially how they get complicated. Like, you look at it from this angle, it's like, which one's the left one? And it's like, well, this one? But it's like, no, this was the left one, because if you look at it from here, then this one's left and this one's right. But then you have to like remember how that's orientation from backwards, and it's like, it just gets way confusing. There's the knee. Let's open that up. Just seeing where all of my keyframes are. See all those. So I think I'm gonna delete the keyframes here. Oops. I don't think I need these ones, because these ones do the the slide up animation. So don't really need that. So let's just get rid of them. Be careful not to get rid of anything more than that. I think that's good. Beep. So now her arm should stay. Perfect. I think her. Oop. Oop. Her elbow moves. Which one is that? Probably this one. Yeah, there's these ones. Knee, elbow, front knee. So that's this one. I think it is this one. I'm gonna delete these. Beep. And then afterward, they kind of go into different positions. That's okay. Beep. And then they're like that. Okay. Do you see something's off? Oh, the elbow. That's right. It's main. Here's the elbow. Yeah, there it goes. More keyframes here. Yeah, see how that kind of moves from this angle to that angle. Okay. Now I got a billion more keyframes here. I think it's the shoulder. Let's see. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to go into too much in this, because I know it's going to be too complicated to like try and like sort it out as I'm sort of trying to do rocket science with math all at the same time here, so trying to figure that out first. Okay, so it looks like that's all good. Let's see. So look at these three. It should look like nothing's moving for that whole time. And then from, is there a pose? Not really. It's pose here. In this keyframe. Yeah, to change your arm now to be in this pose. Again, I'll do the facial animation later. Facial animation is not quite my MO right now. It's going to be trying to get these poses set up. More blocking it out more. Try to get these to look good for right now. Right, I think. Turn that off. I think I need the elbow though. It's a shame that the elbow is part of the torso, so it shows the rest of her neck bones and stuff, and I only need this one, so it's not quite organized as much as I would like it, but that's okay. Just trying to make this look a little better if I can. There you go. some more of a ready pose here. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I'm more generous. I don't know. Linear, liberal, this kind of stuff. So I just know from the past, like I had like streams that I've talked about in the past that were like very, where people would troll me in a sense, but like not really notice that they really are. I don't know. It's just always kind of like, it was hard to know if they're being serious or not. But yeah, they would start to like be more annoying like that. Where trying to divide my brain into 5 sections here. What I wanted to do is I wanted to about here. Actually goes back up. Let's make like see here for a bit. It's around here. That they would like say like profanities and like go overboard with just how many times have been spammed. Like one sentence that had very explicit stuff for like 50 times over and over non-stop, just keep copy and pasting it. So it's like that's not what I want. But hello Cartoon Softly. You're doing good. So yeah, that's what I'm more afraid of, is that people do stuff like that. It's like that's not cool. Let's do the duck face. Or at least just try to get her into this more close of a pose. So now we're changing it to be something like that, and then have her kind of not really change her pose per se between here to here. I just didn't want to erase this more. So something like that. So it should be more doing that. Oh, that was like, can't even remember how many years ago. I was a teenager, so it's definitely like more than, probably like almost nearly a decade ago, almost at this point. Just how crazy long ago it was. We had that one guy who found my IP address and was trolling me and saying like, "Oh, I can delete your internet or something if you." It was weird because he also didn't have like much of a demand. It was just like, "Hey, look at me! I found your IP." Haha. Isn't that wacky? And I was like, "Oh, jeez." Like, that is not cool on any level. Yerp. 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 Look up. There you go. Friendship is magic, so hope you guys kind of respect that. Respect each other. Please, for me. Yeah. There you go. Eyes are in the wrong position. That's, I don't gotta worry about that right now. Just trying to get all this posing going. Oh, I can. That's a new bone. Didn't know I could do that. Okay. Maybe I can kind of lift that up a little bit. You know. There you go. Let's see. So yeah, I know about this trolling stuff, but it's just like, I know there's like certain limits that I'm okay with. You know, if I've had that kind of stuff that's like, yeah, I'm not doing stuff like that, then like I'm okay with it. You know. Let's see. Kind of lift it up, maybe. I want to like rotate her whole bodies. Maybe I can do something like this. Let's see. There you go. Eyes are more dripped than usual. Hello, Purple. Welcome. I want to move her arm. There we go. Okay, like order up. So we're going to move this in a particular place. Let's see. Just want to have her. How do I get this? So kind of go. Needs to like completely go the opposite way and then go back up. Right. Let's just get where the phone should be and then start rotating that maybe one way or the other. Which way is the top? Top's the other way. Oh dear. This may not work. We'll make it work. Rotate it. Just keep rotating. See what happens. Does it want to go here? There you go. The phone's also independent, so if I need to do that, then that might be something I can do to make sure that this works. See about where that goes. That kind of works. So let's move this one. Her arm's so short. See about where. Oh dear. Boop boop boop. Gonna be fun. Jeez. Don't want to move too many other things at this point. Making sure that everything's happy. First, there you go. I think I was being a misaligned, but I think that'll be okay. Gotta at least get the arm in the right place. This is freaking me out a little bit, to be honest. Looking in the left viewport to see right about where these things need to be. Where does it look okay-ish? Trying to figure that out. Whoa. There you go. Let's see. Oh, Louis. Little face there too. That's cute. Boom. 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 Up. Maybe it just needs to be lower. I'm finding the limits of this rig. Find me the phone. TP phone. Apparently doesn't exist, or nope, it's at the top. That's right. Let's try to get the summary to show the. It's because it doesn't have phone DP arm. That's this one. Okay. And then for here, it's really one. That's the camera. Okay. If I move this over, there we go. Okay, so now I can have it be more flat and kind of adjust it. Just kind of work with her arm. There you go. Boop. Oh, that's not good. It's because I didn't play with her other keyframes. Let's see. That's this one. Beep. Actually, that's the one I want. You are not good. Beep. There you go. And beep. Let's keep that up, and beep. Must have had different keyframes for all this. I see. Beep, beep, beep. There you go. Ooh, doo, doo, doo. Hello, Alex. Yeah, you're right. As a ghost, I'm wearing my bed sheet. I cut nice little holes out with safety scissors, and got them to fit. There you go. Let's see. I want to see if anything else moves. I think this one. Beep. Thought I was selecting it. Beep. There you are. So some of these have keyframes between here, here, and so this is why you don't completely animate things fully, so that stuff like this doesn't happen as you keep going across and go, oh, I accidentally moved this one, oh well, now I have to play with that now and see where this is, and I don't even know where this where this one is now. Scroll up. Yeah, there you are. Let's see. Yeah, no swearing. Beep. There you go. So now she should be. There we go. Let's see. See that maybe somebody's necks. Some necks started to flobble. Looking carefully. Guess I could just look through each of these and see. Yeah, they start to wobble. Beep. Oh, that's. Oh, there we go. Just gotta go one by one and see what's going on here. Okay. Yes, PG stream is what we're going for. Seems like something kind of moves. It's possible that these might all be not. Seems like her hoof. No, I'm looking at her hoof, right? Nope. That's her hoof. It's possible that some of these start to be not constant. And so that's going to get annoying if some of these start moving. You see how that's kind of... That's not where it was at this point. Oh boy. If I can select all of these and just say constant, and maybe it's sort of working. Just trying to clean this up. See if there's any extra frames or any kind of extra keyframes that might start to move. Some of this constant. So I'm just wondering why things start to slip out. Let's see. I can just put this back here, or see where. See where this one possibly is the one that's moving. Please be constant. And see if there's anything else. There's this object transform. I'm just gonna delete these frames. I don't know exactly what it's doing. If it's doing anything specific there. That's really weird. I could just go to the last frame here and frame here and just kind of I have to move the phone back into position. Over time, you just kind of farble with it instead. There's a tree. My computer was actually stalling a little bit, so I was trying to read your stuff. Yeah, that's why I don't want to go too much into this, because this is gonna get all the politics and stuff that I wasn't prepared to really get into too much here. So sorry about that. I'm reading it, but yeah, just kind of, that's why I haven't started kind of worry about it in a sense. I can just try and focus on just trying to do this. So I'm paying attention, but just like making sure nothing gets too far out of hand here. There we go. Boop. There you go. So now she's taking a selfie with the tree, not realizing that the tree's a lot closer than she thought. Boop-a-da-boop. Yeah, alright. Nice. Okay. Okay, let me get some water. About half time, so there we go. Okay. How we doing? It's been half hour just trying to get this one pose, but I think it's important to get these poses good. This is what's going to determine basically the rest of the animation. Make sure that one of these poses don't quite work, then it's going to be a lot more tricky. That's not the one I wanted to get this going here. Is that better? If I move this, move the phone back. This is why, again, I just want to make sure that this pose is like practically perfect, so then I can make sure that everything else works. Oops. Beep. There you go. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Rhyme, thank you for coming. School's gone. Okay. Awesome. There we go. Okay. I feel pretty confident about this now. Then I can feel like I can kind of get this going here. Yeah, with the swearing, it's like it's kind of all or nothing. I mean, that's not. I think that's kind of normal for a lot of things. Is that either you allow everything or nothing's allowed. So I'm just kind of going with nothing's allowed. So we can make sure that everything's kind of set up. I don't know what this keyframe here is doing. Is it moving ahead? Not really. It was moving ahead a little bit. Just probably an anticipation frame for all these. Okay. Which is a good segue into making anticipation. Got a keyframes here. So let's go beep. Here's the pose that I want. So just go back a couple frames and get everything into a half version of what I just did. It's basically take everything that I just did and then just kind of saying like, let's need about halfway to what I just did, so I can feel like a more fluid motion. Let's see. Oh, that's very black and white without thinking. That allows no nuance. Oh, okay. I agree. It's just hard that, yeah. There's no, like, simple solution to it, you know? It's like, well, what if we allow, like, things that are, like, allowable on The Simpsons, you know? Like, that kind of stuff? Or it's like, well, is that okay? And then it's like, well, is a different version of that, or like a different, you know, way of saying that, then it's like, it just gets way too complicated. It's just like, it's not worth it to try and figure out that kind of stuff. That's like, yeah, it's just really just like nothing's, we have to say nothing's gonna be allowable. There's like a million other words that you can use, so it's like, it's not, like, you're not missing out by missing out like on 10 things that you want to say. And it's like, that's also like, it's not really like goes with what I'm doing, you know? It's like, why do you need to say those words to even express what I'm doing in the animation? You know what I mean? Like what I'm actively doing. It's like that, there's no reason to even say it to begin with. So that's why I'm like trying to rationalize with that too. It's like, there's no reason to say it then. So that's why. Boop, boop, boop. Pose. Yeah, for you, exactly. It's like, why do you want to swear to begin with as well? That kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, it's not the place that I wanna. This is not the place if you want to do that. There we go. Boop. Boop, boop. I want this to be more. I want a rotator a little bit more. Let's take this one and just kind of rotate her even more. Nice. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Boop. It's a bit too posy. I feel like maybe the hoof should probably be. Nope. This one should probably be a little bit lower, maybe like out a little bit. And let's just have. Lower one here. So it'll seem like the hoof kind of lifts up as it goes along. So there you go with that. Let's maybe a little bit lower. There you go. Boop, 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 boop. 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 Okay, cool. Let's see. I think we scared Alex off. I'm sorry. We got too many moderators trying to tell him what to do. Or her. I don't know. Let's see. Beep, beep. That's why I would, yeah, just like don't get involved at anyone, because then it's like that becomes like the one thing that people then start complaining about, and it's like, I'm really trying to make this animation work. As like, I'm trying my best here to get this going. So yeah, there's no reason to be here then to begin with. Beep, beep, beep. That's good. Okay. Exactly. If you're bored, then it's like, yeah, there's no reason for you to. There's no like requisite to like no one's forcing you to watch this anyway. So if you literally don't find this interesting, then yeah, I would say like you should have left like half hour ago if we really were bored of these. Honestly, then yeah, you know, no one's forcing you to watch these, so. I find myself like if I don't find like a Twitch streamer interesting after like a couple minutes, and I kind of head out too, so it becomes more annoying when it's like when you actually actively say to the streamer like you're boring. And it's like that's not polite, you know. You don't have to say like you're boring. You do better. It's like no, just leave. Please don't make the streamer feel bad. That's like I'm really trying, so. That's not right. That becomes just as rude as anything else you could say, you know. So anyway, I got that going. Let's see. Let's get the hoof, or no, the head. Both start with H. Beep. Go on here. A little bit lower. Here, so it could be more of a pop up. Beep, beep, beep. 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 And then slightly down. Beep. Okay. Now where was what I just did? There we go. Set a little pop up and a little bit of down, adds just a little bit more character. So that just kind of pops up and a little bit down. Also see that over time the hoof is getting a little bit out of sync, and I'm just still not sure exactly why. The phone and the hoof start to like travel. So I might want to make this actually make this pose become a linear, so then at least they can feel like it's moving. They're like trying to track where it is here. And then see if that's close. And then about halfway through, and then our pose, just to really make sure that it stays in place. There we go. Exactly. I literally put like animation twice in a in a title. So if drawing it's interesting or anything, I agree. Blop. Let's see. Yeah. If you find it interesting, I'm not holding it against you, but it's like it's a little bit like, yeah, it's not very exactly suspenseful or anything. Hope it is interesting to watch though. Boop. Boop. As we're slowly building this new pose and this new animation. Let's see here. So I can start to like build out each body part, you know, and say like, okay, where do I want this one to be? I think for this one, yeah, just kind of have it be kind of just down, I think. Maybe the angled inward, because I think for right now it's kind of, that's pretty good. Maybe just kind of just go in here and just kind of literally just kind of rotate it maybe. Is that possible? I don't know. So where is it? So it starts, let's go back to the beginning. And rotate it and something like that. Maybe. In Toon Boom or something, I would probably have like this arm be like a darker shade to say like, oh, there's pretend lighting, you know, in this, to make it look like it's being separated by the value and tint. So it's kind of can't exactly do that with realistic lighting, you know, realistic in percents. That's like, yeah, it's kind of, I have a light somewhere in here. You have a sunlight, so that's kind of what's casting everything. If I turn that off, see just how much glowiness it gets to everything. And that helps a little bit to separate some objects, but try to make sure that the silhouette is also very important to get the silhouette to look as crisp as possible. Like, I guess you can say is that it needs to be. I think silhouette is one of the 12 principles of animation, so I believe so. I'm just gonna play around and see like what I like, if I'd like it to be on here. It's like maybe show that she's actively using it. Okay, I just play around with different poses and see what I like. See if it's more clear or not, whether or not if she's actively using the phone or not. I think that kind of works, and then it goes down, which actually kind of is what happens. That's good. Actually, that sort of works. Happy accidents always come to the day. Is that she kind of like maybe like clicks on it, and then whatever this pose is. What's she doing here? Oh, the phone moves. Her right hand moves, so it's kind of doing that. And then I'll have to figure that angle out with this with. It's a very layered process. I'm figuring out that 3D is very. It's kind of. It is kind of what I do in 2D. It's just kind of like having obviously all the controls help a lot, and having things be more solid. I think is the biggest takeaway I can think of. Is that it's like everything's kind of already set. You know, everything's already whoa. Everything's already kind of made to already be in a specific amount of place. I don't know what I'm saying at this point, but it's like, yeah, in Flash and Toon Boom and Cutout and all that, you're more likely to draw different poses for all these different, have new drawings for each pose. Like this arm, I can't just do this, you know? I would need to have like this be different pieces, and then have them rigged together in the same kind of way, but it's more setting them to be rigged up to kind of work like this way. So it becomes a different kind of beast to kind of work around and kind of work with what I got here. You know, it's kind of like I gotta use these controls and stuff to my advantage rather than having to make new styles. I don't know what I'm saying again. Hopefully that makes sense, that I'm like having to use these controls and extra bips that aren't natively the actual drawing pieces, but just kind of use these to move around at different parts rather than making a new picture or a new drawing that'll specifically work for a specific instance of what I want for a specific pose. You know, it's kind of like this one, you know, instead of like, oh, this arm is specifically drawn to be this in this pose, and then later on it changes and swaps to a completely different piece that can then do this specific action and do this specific thing that the next thing it'll require it to do. So that seems to be the next the biggest like difference between 2D and 3D we've cut out specifically is that it's kind of like you can have things be multi-purpose. That's basically it. And it's like, wow. I can use this to do this and this. Cool. With the same kind of form and function as if it was like a real... It's like playing with action figures versus like Chalk Zone kind of style characters where it's like, yeah. You have to like draw every picture versus having a solid action figure that you're kind of just posing it throughout time rather than completely dismantling it and then trying to make some other type of pose that sort of works maybe. You're not always sure whether or not the next pose is gonna work. I'd like this to maybe be more up. Maybe more out. Just understanding how these kind of structures work help a lot. Inner workings and skeletons to know, like, yeah, maybe your head can't like do this all the time. You know, when the axis of rotation, you know, don't go that far or that far, you know. So it becomes more subtle animation. There we go. Let's continue with the left arm, because I think it can start to... Where's the next thing? Next thing's here. I think I'm just going to delete it. And so I kind of know exactly where I want it to be, because the next thing is here. And so I'm just going to redo this again. Again, you notice I'm using the opposite side to kind of pose it. Like, I'm not using this side to pose it. I like to see it from the opposite angle to see what I'm missing. So you can see both angles at the same time. There you go. Maybe it needs to be a little bit more. What kind of... What am I looking for? It's a lot easier to play with these. Kind of make a new position pretty quickly. So that's nice. How we doing? Just looked at the time. Let's see why that's not working. It's probably because this angle is weird. That's good. Notice I'm deforming the mesh just a little bit, I guess, of all this. It's a little bit weird. I wanted to kind of go the opposite way. I wanted to kind of maybe go... Maybe this needs to be rotated this way. And then I'm just kind of feeling out like what kind of pose I want. Kind of going maybe something... Feels too straight with that, so I want it to sort of be... something cute. That can work. Okay, so now I got the pose there, here, and now from here to here. So I can go back a couple frames and start to get it closer. See, there's some clipping. Clipping is when two objects kind of literally go inside each other. Like that. So might have to go into each individual wing frame now and make sure that the wing and arms don't clip into each other. So that'll be a little bit something like that. Oh, she kind of like looks over into the tree now. Can you see that? Ah, okay. So where does the eyeball move? That's why I don't have the tree in my way. Beep. Binoculars move at what point? Here. So I move this closer, get the tree, and kind of see. Beep. See if that kind of works. There we go. Yeah, I'll just delete it. I don't think I need it. As well as I'll probably also have to do all the facial animation as well for all of this. But I think that's pretty good for the basics of what I want. I can add more, quote, animation to this, make it more bouncy. Obviously, as well, the hair is very static. There is some built-in hair physics that sort of work, but not too much. They kind of, well, you'll see. They kind of break. So, yeah. Oh boy. So, I've elected to turn those off, and I'll probably also have to do, as well as the facial animation for everything, I'll also have to do the hair and all of these extra things here. Turn these off. Yep, yep. So you can see that there's a whole bunch of extra controls. That's why I didn't want to play with the hair model itself, because I knew all these controls are probably going to be very determined on how this is set up and how it's weighted. Not sure about these. These are like physics or something. Hair physics. But these move the obviously all the tail and the wing bits, or the main bits. So, as well as doing the facial animation, I'll also have to do manually keyframe these tail and hair physics as well, which I did for my test one, which kind of worked out pretty well. And in test one, I did it more on ones, or trying to do it on tweens and stuff. So, which I kind of animated it in a sense already on twos in a sense. It's just kind of the way that I'm used to it. Enough about that. Here's the face and the mouth. So I'll have a lot of. Let's see if I go underneath, you can see all the controls for it. Be able to do all of that as well. That's the wings main. Okay. So probably also have to do the back legs for some of this, but I wanted to also get just the ref animation set up, so there you go. Don't think I'll be able to do much more, a lot more stuff in these couple minutes. Let's just kind of enjoy what we got, enjoy our fruits of the labor here. There we go. I think this kind of works thematically a little better. What do you guys think? It's still very rough. Facial animation and wings I said already off. I also want to do a lot more 2D work. I want to do more, or at least just add more little small special effects. Like I was thinking for the, I could have like a camera flash, which might be some sort of, maybe like a little uh, pyramid cone shape that kind of just goes whoosh, and it can just be a little flat thing there, and have some small little special effects with that. Let's see. Did I say hello to you, Elijah, today? Hello? Let's see. Came back from choir. Hey, there you go. Drink some water. Drink some salt water or something. I don't know. Something to clear your throats there. Let's see. Something like progress. It's only getting better. Oh, awesome. Thank you, guys. This has been a lot of work, so hopefully it's worth it, you know? To do all this extra stuff here. Yeah, I'm liking it. So probably for, where are we? Today Thursday? I'm so lost. Okay, so yeah, today's Thursday, so then that means next week. Oh, actually next week we will be doing the drawing collab, where hopefully Cookie and I can get together. We'll get the website going, and then we'll do a little Halloween collab drawing games or whatever, drawings and stuff. So that'll be what I would like it to be. Is I would like it to be next Tuesday and Thursday, but obviously if Cookie isn't available for any of that, then we'll have to improvise, and then we'll see what we should do for adding more people into it, or just have you to chat, give us ideas, give us prompts, give us different characters or objects or whatever else you want us to draw. We'll just have fun making hopefully a little spooky, maybe Halloween somewhat kind of drawings and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how that works. Might be Cookie to probably do a little test during the weekend to make sure that everything actually does work. But it looks to be a lot more simplified, more streamlined than the other one that we did last time. So yeah, let's see though. All right, thank you, Star. This was pretty tough for you. Thank you. Boop 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 boop. There we go. Okay, yeah, so we'll be doing that. I don't know how Halloweeny. It'll be as Halloweeny as you like it to be, I guess. You know, for you guys to give like prompts and stuff. Like if you guys want Santa Claus or something, and be like, okay, maybe we can do the Halloween version of Santa Claus, or do weird mashups and combos and stuff like that. You know, get things more interesting. And some of this is Cookie's artwork, so you can see like there's, you know, not to pressure you. Or anything like that. You have to live up to these kind of expectations on the left side here. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Yeah, it should be fun. Alrighty. Excuse me there. Let's see though. Yeah, I'm not sure whether or not we should allow other people. I know that Star is probably gonna get paranoid with everything going on there. If we allow other people into it. I'm also getting paranoid as well, so but we've done a couple of streams with Cookie, so yeah. Spinning masterpieces. Okay, yeah. As well for me also. I don't know if you guys have followed along, but I'm not the greatest drafter or drawer, so I do much better. I like hiding behind my cutout characters and apparently 3D models and making things, but just like drawing like a quick sketch or like something usually doesn't quite always turn out the way that I plan, I guess. Yeah, so I'll also say that I'm not the the best. Even just chicken scratch is better than what I can do. It's pathetic. I tried so hard. Yeah, don't want to beat myself up too much, but yeah, it's definitely not going to be. We're not on the same level. Yeah, I haven't seen much of Cookie. Do you do much animation? Well, I guess I could do these little interview stuff for next week too. So we can have a lot more questions to ask about that because I don't think I've seen much animation to know running out of here. Where's your skill range kind of fits in there, you know? Because I've been practicing a lot more of my time, you know, to hone in on just pose to pose and get these kind of poses out and get these character animations and emotions out. Then it really, it's weird to say like than just like simply just drawing it. I don't know. It's like I feel like to make something, I feel like it has to be like on separate layers and then have different options for like the mouths and the noses have to be separate objects than everything else, and then just kind of couple that together, and then that becomes something to like use. I don't know. In a sense, that sounds like using a base, but it's still a lot of work to do that sort of stuff. So, excuse me. Said I work in his and posted online. A few things Derpy. Oh yeah, I think he did. Well, definitely a Derpy animation, and that was hand drawn. That was really good. It was the raspberry Derpy one. Was that it? Or something close to that? Yeah. Okay. So you're more of a framer. Yeah, exactly. We can talk about that more on Monday, and then what I've been doing on Inktober. Go check out my links. I got my Twitter in the description where I got the doing the Inktober, which isn't exactly Inktober. It's just kind of like me just drawing a cat and a pumpkin every day, and they're all slightly different. And hopefully they'll look into a good animation by the end. So, start working on that. It's got the motion and the animation is slowly coming to a close. Getting into like one of the last couple big poses where it's like give it like a bouncy ball kind of style of the cat's gonna go up and then down and then get into the pumpkin and then it gotta get back to like the first pose that it started with in the beginning, so it'll be a loop. So I'll work on that to eventually once I get all the drawings done with that I can put that into Toon Boom, scan them in, scan the drawings and vectorize the drawings and then colorize it. And again, I was thinking of doing like two versions where it's like one is like the pure paper draft that I did, and then do another one where I color it and clean it up so it looks more cleaner. Like if I have any like extra lines that don't mesh well, like if I have two lines that kind of jet out when it should just be one, then I might clean stuff like that up, or just make it look like it's kind of more fluid. I don't know if I'll add more in-betweens, but try to keep it as close as possible to the original and just kind of clean it up to have colors. And I just thought of doing shading, and I'm not probably gonna be too confident in doing that. So I was actually thinking of doing shading for the original paper. For the first couple days I was like, should I use different colored pencils and just kind of shade and say like, oh, this is like an anime, they have like different color pencils that say here's where the highlight's gonna be and here's the shadow, midtones, whatever. And it's like, I guess I could do that, but I could just check it out, and I knew that if I vectorized it then it would be more complicated to then also use those, and it's just like it wasn't. It's gonna be one solid color, I think. But yeah, let's see. Boop, boop, boop. I think by some metrics, I think Cookie possibly is the only one watching this. So I think it's probably fair that I could probably wrap this up if no one's literally actually watching this. I scared him off of my great costume. Yeah. Let's see though. I don't think we had too many technical problems. That's a plus. It's always something else that kind of happens, and then yeah. For all that drama, I guess. Wasn't it? Yeah. I think it's just me. Okay then. Well, I hope to talk with you more next week then, Cookie. Hopefully we'll have fun. Alrighty then. Yeah. I don't see anyone else coming in, so I think we'll wrap it up then, and it'll be okay. Okay then. Oh yeah, I guess after the Halloween stuff, we'll move on to finishing the Derpy animation up. So yeah, we're gonna finish it up until we're gonna work on it until it's finished. That's it. So don't you worry about that. Might clean it up a little bit here and there between this weekend and next time, but there should be plenty of stuff to work on that I haven't touched yet. So a lot of stuff for the animation, for the Derpy animation. So and I'll continue with that. Everything else. So there you go. Okay. Yep. I guess see you guys later then. Hopefully this was fun. Got some enjoyment out of this, and then one way or the other. Alrighty then. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah. See you then. Bye bye. Whoa.